friends, Money Saving Mom here, or Crystal from Money Saving Mom, and I'm trying something new, and that is I'm doing a scope in my car, not while I'm driving. My day ended up changing and was a little different than I had expected, and so I was like, if I wait until I get home, it's going to be a little while, so instead, you're going to get a car scope. So anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I promised you a scope this afternoon to continue on with our conversation about how to come up with interesting blog content and how to never run out of blog inspiration and ideas. And so today I want to talk about becoming an intent listener, because I have discovered that everyone can teach you something. There is so much that we can learn from other people, and there is so much that we can learn from every single person who comes across our path. And you might feel like, really? Yes. And so I want to share with you just a couple of things that have really benefited my life and helped me to learn to become a better listener and to learn so much from other people. And in turn, by doing this has inspired me to then have so much more blogging content, so much more inspiration for ideas for post, and so much just having my mind expanded, because I think it's really we can learn so much from other people, and we can learn so much from kind of walking in other people's shoes and understanding how they think and how they what they believe and what they know. So anyway, I'm holding my phone, and we will see how this goes, looking at my notes and holding my phone. Number one, you need to focus on the other person. Yes, Rebecca, a car scope. I'm getting brave. Focus on the other person. And that really is that people like to talk about themselves. People have passions, they have interests, they have stuff that they know, and they like to talk about themselves. So if you want to have interesting conversations with people, focus on them. Ask them questions about themselves. And one of the things that I like to ask, let's say I'm at a conference or I'm at an event where I don't really know anybody and I just meet someone for the first time, I will say, tell me about yourself. And I have found that this, as kind of an opening line, an opening question, not only it says that I'm interested in their life, but it also opens up the door for all kinds of fascinating stuff. I have learned about people's past history, about triumphs, about hard things, about disappointments, about discouragement, about fascinating things that people do and are involved in just by saying, tell me about yourself. And so that's number one, focus on the other person. Number two, put away your phone. If you want to really have interesting conversations, if you want to learn interesting ideas, if you want to go deep with people, you have to put away your phone. You cannot multitask. Show the other person that you really care, that you're really interested in what they have to say by putting away your phone. I talked this morning about how when I'm meeting with someone, I will put my phone there, but I'll turn it over. So that way, if I need to check on what time it is, if I need to check if someone's texted me or whatever, I can flip it over and look, but I'm not being distracted by it. So put away your phone. Focus solely on the other person. Give them your undivided attention. You are a much better listener when you do this. Number three, ask follow-up questions. This is basically the key to listening intently and to learning so much about other people and from other people. Ask follow-up questions. So when I ask the question of, tell me about yourself, whatever they say, I listen, and then I hear interesting little tidbits that they'll say, and I'll think, oh, I'm going to ask more about that. And really, when you're asking someone questions about their life, there really aren't any dumb questions. And you can preface it with, saying, I really don't know anything about this subject, so this might be a dumb question, but I'm really curious. And so preface it with something like that. So then, even if it is a really dumb question, at least you acknowledge that it might be. But then you're also saying, I don't know, but I want to learn. Because again, there's so much that we can learn from other people. So ask follow-up questions. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't think, well, I don't know. That might be prying. Well, then say, you know what? I'm really curious, but this might be uncomfortable for you. And if it is, just say so. But ask. Just saying, how are you really doing? Or how does that feel? What is that like? What was it like when you experienced that? Just asking those questions. People want you to ask. That is so true. People want to talk, they want to share, but they also want to know that people are really going to actually listen. So number 1, focus on the other person. Number 2, put away your phone. Number 3, ask follow-up questions. And number 4, reiterate their statements. Now, for those who know me in real life, you know that I love to have interesting discussions. I love to go deep. I think it's a little bit the fact that I'm an introvert, and introverts like to go deep, but I think it's also just my analytical personality. I love to go deep. And so one of the things that I do often is I'm listening for interesting tidbits, I'm asking follow-up questions, and then I will try to kind of figure out what is the root of that. If someone's struggling with something, if someone's going through something, I'll see what is the root cause for that. And so one thing that I will ask a lot is I will say, so you're saying that such and such, do you think that's because of so-and-so? Like, so you're saying that you're really struggling with feeling, I don't know, like there's a lack of communication in your marriage. Do you think that's because maybe you haven't gone to your husband and talked to him about how you feel about this, or, something? That wasn't a great example, but kind of listening for the connecting the dots. That's what I love to do. And people find this so not only helpful, but I found that I learned so much from it. I learned so much about the other person, but then it really shows them that I really care, because I really do. And so if you care, show it. Show it by listening intently, by focusing on the other person, by putting away your phone, by asking good questions, asking those follow-up questions, and then reiterating their statements, saying, now let me see. So you're saying that such and such, or so you felt like this when that went on, or so you're saying that it's just, this is how you're feeling. Is that right? Did I get that right? So you're really, really listening. And that helps me also when I reiterate people's statements. It helps me to remember, because I want to remember it if someone's going through a hard time. If someone shared something really personal, I don't want to forget it. So the next time I see them, I can say, hey, so last time we talked, you were really struggling with this, or last time we talked, you were going through this. If I reiterate their statements to them, then I'm much more apt to actually remember, which is very important. And I'll remember so I can pray, and remember so I can ask follow-up questions when I see them the next time. So anyway, I have found by doing this, not only is it deepen my relationships with people, I have such great relationships with people that I feel so blessed by that, but I think that being a good listener is a huge part of that. And so not only does it allow me to have wonderful relationships, but I've found that it also helps me to never run out of interesting content for my blog. So that's what I want to share with you today. And I hope that was maybe challenging or motivational to you in some way. I know it was good for me to just be reminded of why I want to be a good listener. And I'm sure sometimes I'm in conversations and I'm not following my own advice, and I need to constantly be working on that. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. I am off to take my birthday girl on a date. We're going on a mommy-daughter date, and then a family birthday dinner tonight. So anyway, have a great afternoon.